Here's why you should never get married. In 2023, guys, unfortunately for us men, the marriage laws are not in our favor. Look at famous celebrities like Tyrese, Dr. Dre, Jeff Bezos, guys who have made it with plenty of money and suffered greatly through a divorce. Guys, 50% of my money I cannot afford to give away through a divorce. I refuse to give away through a divorce. And I think until marriage laws change, there's no incentive for men to get married. And if a woman truly loves you, she doesn't need you to marry her through the state. You can take care of her, provide for her, but if there's a greater risk for you to do this, then you should not do it. So as a man, 2023, until the marriage laws change, don't you dare sign them papers and marry a woman.
Men don't check out because they hate relationships. They check out because patterns of imbalance taught them that constant effort with little appreciation feels worse than being single. And that's when regret quietly creeps in for the ones who expected unconditional chase.
Men don't feel the fumble straight away. At first, feel relief, freedom, control. The regret comes later. You stop reaching and you stop explaining. If this hit and you're not following me yet, then I don't really know what you're doing, but that's okay. That's on you. That's when they realize what they lost.
Why men stop chasing? Y'all know, Becky. You want to know. Number one, you become too available. Too available. Men love pursuing a woman and chasing after her and wanting to get her. It's a game that they want to win, just like any other game. Fucking golf, any freaking sport. If you drop everything, the second that man texts you, he is not going to see your time as valuable at all. Number two, sometimes he just got what he wanted. Maybe Jimmy wanted sex with you and he got sex with you. That's intimacy. He got it, he's gone. Maybe he wanted attention. Maybe he just wanted you to notice him and approach him at a bar. He got that, he's out. The chase ends, so does the effort. This smells so fucking good. The mystery disappears. The mystery is like foreplay. And if that expires, the buildup expires, then curiosity fuels interest. Don't give him the whole story on date one. Last but not fucking least, sit down while I tell you this, brace yourself. Jimmy was never interested. Never. He never wanted to pursue you. If he's hot and cold, he's interested one time, not interested the next, he's on and off, only texting you on weekends. He never had real intentions to begin with. So that means that you didn't do anything wrong, but you're just not the one. I hate when people blame themselves because, like, honestly, if it's not meant to be, it won't be. Be completely and utterly your authentic self. And if he walks away, leave the door wide fucking open and slam it on him when he leaves. The right one will come. Don't settle for Jimmy. Just like be the one they regret losing.
I love it when women explain men. If you want men that will compete for a woman, you are making a huge error. How many competitors stop at one trophy? If you treat yourself like a prize to be won, a competitor will compete to win. Then they will go look for the next trophy. Newsflash, people aren't prizes or trophies. Reciprocate interest. A guy will.
Did you know that 78% of men don't approach women anymore? Here's why that's your advantage. Fear of rejection, fear of looking desperate or awkward, which means if you're the one guy who walks up, introduces himself, and can hold a conversation, you're not competing with anyone. So no. Hot girls are not used to being approached. In fact, they are waiting on it. Comment approach for my comprehensive guide on how to master the cold approach like a natural.
Men stop chasing because chasing stopped paying emotional or relational dividends. And now the same people who once demanded pursuit are suddenly outraged that men don't scramble to prove themselves anymore.
Many years from now, there is going to be a quiet crisis. Loneliness in women especially. Not because women failed, not because they weren't capable or intelligent, but because they were handed a script or a blueprint that left out the consequences. Be self-sufficient, put your career first, you don't need a man. So they followed it. They pushed love down the line. They delayed the family. They treated commitment like something that could always wait until it didn't. Fast forward a few years later. You're older, no partner, no children, no legacy, just some noise to fill that silence. Meanwhile, your grandmothers had way fewer choices, but way stronger direction. They built families, they built the roots, they built something bigger than themselves. And this generation swapped it all for convenience. Legacy for pleasure, meaning for freedom without structure. And here's the part that nobody likes to talk about. The men that they overlooked in their 20s, they didn't just vanish. They were building, failing, learning, becoming disciplined, and becoming men. Men don't peak early. They compound with time. Value grows with time and skill and responsibility. Women don't gain leverage by delaying everything. That is not cruelty. That is reality. Every decision comes with a cost. Modern narratives today did not remove the bill. They just postponed it. And the outcome is usually the same. Distractions instead of connection. Comfort instead of intimacy. And independence without fulfillment. This is not about going backward. It's about correcting the course. We don't need less ambition. We need stronger values, commitment, family, masculine leadership, feminine devotion, and a shared purpose. Because freedom without foundation doesn't liberate. It isolates you completely. And tradition wasn't the problem. Abandoning it was.
Once men chose self-respect and inner peace over endless pursuit, the suddenly frustrated cries of, "Why don't men approach anymore?" feel less like confusion and more like regret at losing access to free validation.
I have a better chance of seeing an alien come from the sky and shit on a dog than ever seeing myself in a relationship.
Men withdrawing from overt dating isn't coldness, it's boundary setting. And the surprise reaction from women shows just how much men's chasing once carried the social script.
Why are men not confident enough to walk up to women now? Say shout out to the guys who are confident enough to walk up to women. The masculinity on earth has diminished drastically that guys don't even come up to you anymore. They'll just stare at you from a distance. As a woman who's trying to embody her feminine energy, you're not going to catch me going up to the guy. You're just not. We can just stare at each other. Say shout out to the guys who are confident enough to walk up to women, because guys don't do that anymore. If God were to guarantee that your 20th person would be the love of your life, you would be so happy to be rejected by all 19. So why are men not confident enough to walk up to women now? We don't chase. We signal like, you can come up to me now. But all men do is just look at you now. And of course, like, if the woman is interested, she's going to keep looking your way too. But it just like stays like that. Nothing ever happens because men don't walk up to women anymore. Or they're just tired of being rejected. But it's like, if God were to tell you that you're going to go through 20 rejections before you get to your yes, and that's going to be the love of your life, you guys would be so happy to go through all 20 because you would just be so closer to the love of your life. Come on, guys. You guys got to do better.
The friend zone used to be a space men willingly sat in. But when they stopped chasing without clarity, regret showed up loud and clear. Not because they left, but because that silence revealed unmet expectations.
When feminists say they don't need men, 96% of construction workers are men. 95% of electricians are men. 95% of plumbers are men. 98% of carpenters are men. 94% of HVAC technicians are men. 97% of mechanics are men. 96% of welders are men. 91% of truck drivers are men. And we know what the other 90%
Damn right, Marge.
Yeah.
Large
97% of roofers are men. 95% of oil rig workers are men. 90% of machine operators are men. 85% of network engineers are men. 91% of mechanical engineers are men. 86% of civil engineers are men. 96% of firefighters are men. 85% of police officers are men. 80% of military personnel are men. 90% of pilots are men. 94% of train operators are men. 92% of forklift operators are men.
Wow.
These are some of the riskiest jobs in the world.
When men stopped proving themselves to dating markets built on demand without reciprocity, the sudden scarcity feels like a crisis. Not because men are gone, but because they no longer give what was once expected for free.
Fellas, you better analyze why she's single and why she ain't got no man. Let me tell you something. It's the reason why she's single and can't keep a man. Look at her attitude. Look at her ways. That'll show you a lot. Then you wonder why, like, damn, I see why nobody don't want to be with this woman. I see why she ain't married. I see why she ain't got no man. It's her attitude. It's her energy. It's how she carry herself. A lot of these women don't know how to treat a man. That's why. They don't know how to keep a man. You want a man to give, but you don't know how to reciprocate it. A man ain't always supposed to give. You better support. That's all it is. So y'all fellas, you better pay attention to why she's single. Because there's always a reason. Word to wives.
Nice guys finish last gets flipped when nice guys finally stop racing, and the instant regret comes from realizing they weren't gone because they weren't desirable. They left because the game wasn't worth the cost.
When men make money, their pool gets bigger. When women make money, your pool gets smaller. You know, a man that's like very wealthy, has their own business. I've asked them, like, there would be like a pretty waiter that comes to the table. I'm like, would you date her? Like, and they're like, yeah, I would date the waiter. It's a natural thing for a man to take care and provide. I also want someone that's has these goals and are taking care of themselves and can teach me something because I'm focusing on, you know, business and success and financials, which is a masculine quality. And so then you start to get smaller and smaller pools. And then there's also not as many men that feel comfortable dating a woman that's very successful because then it brings up an insecurity within themselves that you don't need them to provide.
Men choosing peace over pursuit changes the entire dynamic. Without the chase, the status quo collapses, and the emotional feedback sounds an awful lot like regret.
What happened to yearning? What happened to men that pursue? What happened to men being confident enough to make the first move? I feel like our generation is just so whacked out. Like we're just all messed up. And I think with the phones, we're just so antisocial and just everything is just out of sorts and it's not how it used to be. And I think it's a real shame that like the art of dating and like yearning and pursuing is just dead. Like, I watch shows like Bridgerton, I'm like, oh my God, we will never have that again. It's just gonna get worse. And it's actually so sad. Especially dating apps have just ruined it all.
Men don't stop caring. They stop chasing when pursuit feels futile and uneven. And the surprise in reactions comes from forgetting that respect and affection aren't guaranteed just because effort was offered.
If you chased, you begged, you pleaded after the breakup with your ex, and you really just kind of were pathetic, let's just be honest. You probably know that, and your ex probably knows that too. Is it over? Did you ruin your chances if you were begging and pleading after the breakup? I'm going to break that down for you. In short, the answer is no. You haven't completely ruined your chances. Now, obviously, if you force them to have to block you, it is a little bit of a setback, but it's not the end of the world. Now, the first thing that you need to do is immediately stop doing that. If you're still finding reasons to reach out, definitely cut that out as quickly as you can. I would say cut it out today if you can, if you're still doing it. And understand that even if you have furniture or belongings at their place, or they have your stuff, or there's a birthday coming up, or I know the holidays are coming up, you can't use those as excuses to try to reach out to your ex. So what you've been doing is you've been finding ways to reach out to them, or what's most common is you're just trying to convince them that they should come back to you. And you have to understand that your ex is in the relief phase. So anything you try to say, even if it's logical, trying to lay out the reasons why they should come back to you, it's really not going to work. And it's going to make your ex just get fed up, and it's going to push you away further and further and further. So what you need to do is actually use this as an opportunity. If you have been begging a lot after the breakup and you completely stop right now and you go no contact, it's actually going to kind of shock their system, right? Because if you've been doing it, then they probably are expecting that from you, and everything that you do just falls in line with what they would expect you to do, and it's not helping your case. So right now, if you were to immediately cut it out, after a few weeks, they might be like, wait, what happened? Why are they not reaching out? Why are they not begging anymore? What I would do if I were you right now, if you've been reaching out today, then maybe drop a quick note and say, sorry, my behavior was all over the place. I understand your decision now, and I'll respect your space. We'll always care about you. Something simple. If you've been doing it already today or yesterday and they haven't blocked you, then just drop maybe one quick note and then immediately go into no contact. Now, if you want help with this kind of situation, definitely book a call with me, because I can help you in depth if you did do this, what to do, what not to do, and how to get your ex back in this kind of situation or any other kind of situation. You can get a call on the Stan Store on my profile, or you could also check out my ebook, which is a step-by-step guide on everything you need to know about getting your ex back, regardless of what situation you're in. It'll even tell you how long to do no contact for, what to say, what not to say, when to break no contact, and everything else, so go check that out.
When men bow out of performing emotional labor for validation, what's left behind isn't indifference. It's uncomfortable silence, and that silence triggers instant second thoughts. That's all for today. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to press the notification bell so you get the latest updates from our channel.